Every year, thousands of people are confronted with disasters in Pennsylvania alone. There are fires, floods, snowstorms, power outages, and other natural disasters that impact our community to the core. When disaster strikes, people pray for help. The Salvation Army answers.
We see it all the time on the local news. The Salvation Army EDS right there on the front line at the scene of a disaster, a house fire, any other natural disaster.
Thanks to the dedication of the Salvation Army Emergency Disaster Services EDS team, help and hope is never far away.
Their abilities and their scope of work is massive.
Sometimes we're the first type of assistance that anybody sees. As soon as that disaster hits, or even gearing up for a disaster, teams are preparing supplies and resources for those in need. And then we don't leave that area until that community is back to the state that they were pre-disaster.
This dedicated program for disaster preparedness and response extends throughout the 28 counties of Western PA.
Paradigm is the whole community approach to disaster response, preparation, and recovery. And the Salvation Army is part of our community.
The Salvation Army is integrated in all of our communities before disasters, during disasters, and after disasters.
In times of disaster, the Salvation Army equips the front lines, serving the first responders and survivors with safe shelter, warm meals, and cleanup kits, along with spiritual support.
If you look at any of the disasters that have occurred recently, you see the Salvation Army is there. They're holding out their hand, helping people, not only with donations or food, but also emotional support and helping families to get through a very difficult time.
The Salvation Army has a long track record of helping people, helping the victims of different disasters, but also helping our first responders.
The Salvation Army EDS is part of the community, responding to hundreds of emergency calls and serving thousands of first responders and survivors each year.
First responders are always going to be out there in the field first thing, working super long hours. So having Salvation Army doing canteening, other services, emotional spiritual care is absolutely invaluable.
While emergencies are happening, we're focused on mitigating whatever the hazards may be. The Salvation Army is often stepping in and taking care of some of the humanitarian roles, finding housing and food and shelter. And unfortunately, there's just not enough us to go around, so we rely very heavily on the volunteers from the Salvation Army to provide that needed support.
Long after the first responders have left the scene, the Salvation Army EDS is still there, helping our community with emotional support and meeting critical needs.
The Salvation Army is kind of there to help pick up those pieces and fill those unmet needs, help fill the gaps for things that, county or local government may not be able to support, try to help make people as whole as they can be.
When disasters happen, people think, FEMA's coming to give everybody FEMA money, or the government is going to be able to pay for it, and that's not always the case.
By making a donation today, you are supporting your community and neighbors.
The Salvation Army is definitely a place that does good for the community and for individuals.
From the government level, we can't do it all, so we definitely depend on those local partners.
90% of EDS operating funds come from individuals and businesses.
Part of the mission and vision of FedEx is to support the communities in which we live and work. And we, as members of the community, are beneficiaries of our community, and we need to support this fantastic work that is very volunteer-based and is so meaningful.
Won't you help the Salvation Army equip the front lines by donating today?
Day or night, rain or shine, the Salvation Army is there to support myself and my emergency services family, and they'll always have my support as well.
Organizations like the Salvation Army truly make things better for all of us.
A lot of times we are meeting people on the worst day of their lives. And so we can always count that the Salvation Army will be there with us in partnership, helping people on the worst day.
Your generosity will ensure this work will never stop.